That's not English, Brian. It's German.
Oh,
So what I told you is true, from a certain point of view.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Another fabulous episode of POV. I was trying to do something else, so I didn't have a really good intro. I'm not going to lie. That's why it sounds so all over the place.
Hey guys, this is our first podcast. We are here today.
Yeah, not to mention
God knows what.
Yeah, and I sound weird. I can almost hear myself in my headphones, so it's throwing me off a little bit.
I thought you were saying I can almost hear myself when I talk, and I said, God, I hope so. Or else you've got other problems you need to.
I can hear myself think. It's scary.
Mm.
But yeah, hello, welcome.
Hello.
Jake needs to update my Heartstopper part because now we're on season 2. I just realized that. So, moving on to bigger and better things. Jill, have you watched season 2 yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Jill's watching Project Runway.
I'm watching Project Runway.
That is true.
Which I do kind of love.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, because I love Top Chef, and I was like, oh, Project Runway is also a Bravo reality show, and I just watched the Tan France fashion show on Netflix, and I was like, I'll watch the original. So I did, and it's wild because it takes you all the way back to circa 2004.
Oh.
So it's but it's interesting because you see,
I was a sophomore in high school.
I was still in grade school.
I think I was a junior.
You're
senior?
What year did you graduate? 6, 5?
I graduated in 2005.
So then you would have been a senior. Because you're 2 years.
1-0.
I think 7 is the best graduating. Because we got to do everything 007 themed, and it was pretty fun.
Cute.
Our theme, because it was the same year Casino Royale came out, so our grad night was just a giant casino. It was so fun. It's the only time I ever actually won something at a raffle, in life.
Kevin, I definitely had a flip phone.
Oh yeah.
I had a Razor. I had a.
Oh, you had a Razor.
I had a blue Razor flip phone.
Alex had a Razor when we first started dating, and I was like, ooh.
That's how I knew people were popular, is if you had a Razor phone. Because I could never afford to get one. I had the Nokia brick.
Me too.
The one that's impossible to break.
Brick.
Yeah, I had that. I think all the way, until whenever the first iPhone came out. Yeah, I think so.
Oh man, I had so many different cell phones. I had the brick, and then I had a Nokia flip phone, and then I had a Samsung flip phone, and then I had another Samsung that was had the full BlackBerry keyboard thing on it that's slid up and down.
That one was my favorite phone. The one where you flip it up and it was the full keyboard.
The sidekicks.
Yeah. It was kind of like the sidekick, but it
but kind of. But the sidekick went the sidekick flipped up. This one you just pushed it up.
Yeah, that's one that I had.
Always wanted a sidekick and never got it.
That was the rich people phone.
I wish. Okay, so perfect, Robert. So 2007, that would be about right because I got my phone the brick one in 2003, and I graduated in 7, so that makes sense.
I can't remember when I had my first iPhone. I don't know if it was the first version or not. Probably not.
I cannot tell you through my 4 years of high school how many iPods I lost. I think I probably lost at least 7.
I think I only owned 2 iPods my entire life.
I'm dead serious. I probably lost worth $2,000 worth of iPods just because I'm irresponsible. Yeah.
Wow.
It was
I had one of the little green shuffles.
That's
Oh.
one of the ones I never had. I had
A shuffle, I didn't either.
I
had the
still
mini,
do
I had
this-
the nano and the touch. That's what I had.
I don't.
Yeah.
Did I ever have a nano? I don't think I ever had a nano. My mom did. Wait, was nanos the thin one that was colored?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have that. My mom did. I had the original. I loved the wheel, like the
Yeah,
finger wheel type
me
thing.
too.
Actually, missed that a little bit. I can't even remember all of them.
The shuffle was definitely like a fad because once I had it, I was like, okay, this is dumb compared to the regular iPod.
I want to be able to select my song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want
that
to keep
I'm
skipping.
I'm trying to see if. Oh no, I need pictures.
Alex
I was
had
trying to see it through the years.
video, and I was like, who is watching videos on the iPod? Like, I
I mean,
think
I had the iPod Touch. It was basically a phone,
I had that one.
smartphone without the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, the touch. Wait, what is? Oh, never mind.
I also had a Discman in like freshman year. I don't remember
Is
when.
that different than a Walkman?
It's basically the same thing, just like a portable CD player. I had one of those for
I had one of
ages, and like I remember it kept almost breaking, and I would have to like smack it a bunch for it to like play.
Pulling like a Fonzie on the jukebox. Like just,
I remember
Had
going to school.
Ask it nicely.
Yeah, remember going to school. Maybe not you, but remember Molly going to school with your CD player. Like you had to like walk around like.
Yeah,
flat,
you couldn't. If you
otherwise
turned it up, it would like start skipping and mess up.
You'd hear it because the disc is like spinning in there. Oh, what it's like to be old.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my. Yeah, and then the iPhone changed everything. Killed the
We
iPod.
went- This morning, Alex and I got up like really early to walk Hilo because of how hot it's been, and I don't think we've ever gotten up early enough to walk him while all the kids were waiting for the school bus in our neighborhood. So like we were just like talking about how all the kids were on their phones, like sitting around waiting for the
Those
bus,
damn
not
kids.
not talking to each other. And I was like, I don't know what I did at the bus stop. I would just like stand there and stare off into the abyss.
stare.
You were being too busy being emo and thinking emo things.
Probably either that or I was finishing my homework. I did do that a lot, and like on the bus and in homeroom.
I was never a good homework person. I was always do it in class. or-
Procrastination nation.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't bad in school except for math. They literally put me in the like, please take this class so we can get you out of here, math class. And,
Yeah.
Like that's the math that I graduated in. But everything else I was pretty much fine. At least
was-
C's.
I was the same. Like I was good at everything but math, and I just like there's something in my brain that hears
Same.
math and numbers, and it just shuts down. It's like nah.
I watched a comedian on TikTok the other day where he was making fun of like where math is now and how no one ever really uses the
Math
math
is
in
math.
school and whatever. And he's like basically like what I would give to go back to middle school and flip off my math teacher that always would say, "You're never gonna have a calculator around," and just be like, "Look at this, bitch." Like,
I could watch movies on it too.
I know. Can you imagine? Like, yeah,
I can just talk into my watch and make it do math for me.
yeah. You don't
Do
even need
math.
literally.
Do
If you
math.
didn't know, your Apple Watch can calculate the tips in how to do a tip in a calculator. Do you know that?
Oh, like
So
in
if
the
you go-
calculator app?
No, I
Yeah.
just know how to do 20%. I'm good.
Well, sometimes you have to do 18 if they're not that great. Okay.
Then you just
Yeah,
do a couple dollars less than the 20.
See, the calculator has tip in the corner. I can't see it.
Where is my calculator?
See, it has
Oh,
focus.
cool. Did not know that.
This isn't gonna work. Well, whatever. Yeah. You put in the thing and then you hit tip and it does it for you. And you can set how much, whatever. Some of us just aren't good at math, Jill. Okay, sorry.
I never said I was. I just worked in restaurants
know how to
for
do
many
20%.
years, so I know how.
So,
Because I worked in restaurants for a long time, so I know how to 20%.
I always like when they tell you on the receipt, like, here's what this percent is.
Well,
here's
sometimes
what
that's
this
not
is.
correct.
No,
Andy never
Sometimes they
just.
lie.
that's on them if it's not right.
It's not- that is-
Oh yeah, receipts need to. I like my receipt to have like it all broken down for you, like the ones that are like 15, 18, 20. I'm like, circle it. And that one. Thank you for doing my math for me.
I can't do math. Give me a choice.
Yeah,
Give me multiple
that's right,
choice.
Alex. Alex, do math. Do math for you. Were you okay? Do you subscribe to this theory that men are better at math and women are better at English? And by men also, I would say, because I was always told growing up, there was like, girls are always good at English and boys are always good at math. Gay boys are
No.
always good at English.
I don't think it's. I don't necessarily think it's a gender-based thing. I think it just has to do with what society kind of pushes on one gender versus the other growing up. If that makes sense. Like, so many men are pushed into being engineers and women are pushed
into
into
like STEM fields, yeah.
To this
being
day,
teachers and stuff.
To this day, I tell my mom it's her fault I'm not good at math because she never let me play with Legos. And they say that that's where a lot of kids get their math skills from, because you have to like build and do.
That's more of like
I never thought about math doing Legos.
engineering, but I guess that involves math.
Engineering is math.
I guess.
So I don't know. It's a way for me to blame her for not getting the Legos. So I'll take it. I mean, whatever. So we were talking about this literally 10 minutes ago. How I never had Legos. Were you guys Lego people?
I had Lincoln Logs.
I had.
Oh,
Duplos.
those were the best.
I had Duplos growing up, which was like the big child-friendly Lego, like where the Lego brick was like this big.
Yeah.
Lincoln Logs were the shit.
I had like old Lincoln Logs because I think they were hand-me-downs for my sister from like the 70s.
Yeah, mine were oldish. Mine were literally from probably Abraham Lincoln's time period. Like it was that old. That, and did you ever have Tinker Tots?
Tinker
You know what those are?
Tots. Mm-mm.
So they're basically like shapes with a bunch of holes in the shape, and then you have like long like pieces that you could stick into it, and eventually
Yeah.
make a giant.
Aren't those called like connects?
Connects.
Or like
I think now they are.
Yeah.
connects.
But I think they were Tinker Toys. I believe.
Connects were like super advanced because I had a best friend growing up and her dad was like a carpenter engineer, and he would build these insane.
Those are like the
setups.
architect type of building.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
Those Lincoln Log, that was my Legos. My parents would never give me Legos, but Tinker Toys and Lincoln Logs, that was the closest I ever got.
Because they didn't want to step on a Lego.
I never really
because it was cheaper.
Legos.
That's why.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
That's why.
Like, I don't remember any of my close friends playing with Legos, so I guess those just kind of passed me by. I didn't really have a desire for them.
I was a Hot Wheels kid, like making the Hot Wheel courses and stuff like that. Hot Wheels, and I never had them. My friends always did, and whenever I went over there, I was obsessed with it. The marble things where you it's like you build a giant structure and then you drop the marbles and they can go all over and stuff. That was the other thing that before times of technology.
I had Hot Wheels toys, definitely Hot Wheels toys and like construction toys, because that's what my dad liked. So he would just get me that stuff.
Yeah. And my sister was typical Barbie.
My sister was Barbie. I think my mom still has it. We might have finally gotten rid of it, but it literally just like a tub of Barbie.
So my sister 100%, and I can literally remember it, did the weird Barbie where she cut the hair, did all the stuff like that.
There's always one.
I can to this day remember it.
I don't think I ever cut the Barbie's hair, but I did give one of my Barbies highlights once with a marker.
I did that with a highlighter.
Interesting.
Turned out pretty good.
My sister gave
bright green highlights.
My sister gave a Prince Ken doll, like literally, like she cut all this part off, and it was just like hair right here, and he was terrifying. He looked like one of the Toy Story monsters at the end of it.
Experimental Barbie.
Okay, Curtis, I never understood to this day how to play Mousetrap.
It was kind of hard.
I
like Gordon's comment. Did anybody ever actually play Mousetrap, or did you just set it up?
No, I just set it up and put the marble in and tried to make sure I could get it to work, and then I'd put it away. That's it.
I don't think I ever owned Mousetrap, but I remember it being kind of like a bitch to set up.
It was a bitch to set up.
It
was a bitch to set up because there were certain things where, like, even if you sneezed, it would knock it over and set like the whole trap off, and you were like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
Had to do it all over again.
I was always a Life. The Game of Life game.
I love Life.
I love that one. Because I like spinning the wheel.
I like Life. Thing. Life is fun.
And it's fun to see, like, oh no, I have 10 kids now. And it's like, I need another car.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and you can just get rid of the kids if you wanted, or whatever. Or see your friend have this abysmal life, and you're like, it sucks for you. You just keep going.
What was your favorite house to get? Because I remember, like, there was a split level that was like not trashy but like affordable. I
think I was either like the cabin I liked.
I think I was a cabin person too.
Yeah, I think I liked the cabin.
I mean, I would always try to get like the millionaire house, but
also that. But my sister always had to get the millionaire house, so I couldn't get that house.
Same. I'm looking at them right now. Probably, honestly, either the country cottage or the Dutch colonial. Oh no, that's not true.
The Dutch colonial sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, we did always try to fight over the Victorian one, but my sister would usually get that one.
That's a fun game. I wonder if they are ever gonna or if they've already updated it.
Oh, they have. They got rid of the little spinny thing.
What? I love the spinny thing.
I think
it's the best part.
I think it's a button and it just generates a random number.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, which takes literally the whole entire fun out of it. We used to use that thing for like everything. I'd be like, we can't find the dice. Just get the life spinner. Oh, whatever.
I still have my old copy of Life here somewhere.
But yeah, sorry, we are just going on. I mean, not that this episode has a specific topic. This is our monthly Ask Us Whatever. So we're just kind of literally just chit-chatting.
If you would like us to talk about a specific topic, drop those super chats in the chat.
Yeah.
We will talk about it.
Otherwise, we're just going to talk random BS.
I liked Guess Who too. We made a custom Guess Who with all of our friends' pictures in it and gave it to someone, or we put it in the white elephant pile last year, and so like somebody eventually got it, and we played it after they opened it. It was pretty fun.
I love Guess Who. Sometimes that one got a little competitive in arguments. I said it was this one. No, well, you weren't listening or something.
We were. What was ours? Big ones. Hi Ho Cheerio, I think was one
My sister loved that
I've
one.
never heard of that.
That one. Candyland.
We played a lot of Clue.
Same.
Clue was when I was like in grade school. That was like
Mhm.
5th, 6th grade. I was really big into Clue.
Yeah, Clue was my favorite. Clue's always been my favorite.
See, I'm a sucker for Monopoly because I ruin friendships over Monopoly.
It takes too long. I would always get tired of playing Monopoly before it was over.
Same.
I get
The game-
mean when I play Monopoly. I'm like that player.
The game that ruined friendships for me was Sorry. That game.
See, I never played
personal.
that game growing up.
That game was personal because you had to pick who you wanted to screw over, and it just was like
It's like Mario Party.
like that.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
Mario
that's
Party.
exactly how it is.
Did you see there was a TikTok where these people played Mario Party, but the winner was the person with the least amount of stars?
Ooh, no.
So they were trying to like not get stars.
Wouldn't
I'm
you
like,
just
that's
not
brilliant.
participate in the mini challenges?
Pretty much. I mean, that doesn't count you towards stars. That counts you for coins. Unless at the end, but yeah. So
Oh.
it just made it. It
I
was
would-
funny watching those.
The fun
Mario
thing about
Party.
Monopoly was like, because I was bad at math, I never wanted to be the banker. And so like there's
I was never the
always
banker.
there's
My
always a
sister was
kid
always the
that
banker.
super wants to be the banker, and I was like, yeah, go
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah, have fun. Don't want that responsibility.
Kevin, he said they made a Star Wars Risk. It even had Order 66 elements. I didn't have Star Wars Risk, but I had Star Wars Battleship, electronic Battleship.
Oh.
And to this day, I still hold a grudge against my mom for getting rid of it.
Mm.
Like
Oh.
it was the coolest game. Had all the sound effects, the little like mini figs basically of the instead of the little like white or red pieces.
Yeah.
And I think I saw the other day she threw away all my crap that's worth so much money now. Like
Sean's mom threw away all of his Star Wars toys, and I'm sure those are worth bank now.
oh, I have all of mine. That was the one thing I was like, touch and die. Like, it's not, you're not throwing this away. Yeah, Kevin, you can look it up. It was, I'm sure it's still like on eBay or something, but it was the coolest thing ever. And it was like the one thing that I had that like none of my friends had. So it was like that one cool toy that like everyone wanted to play with. So yeah. Andy, oh God, with our first super chat or whatever. What is it called?
Called
Member
out.
thing.
Member chat.
With Jake starting season 2 of, I was going to say Atlanta, Avatar: The Last Airbender. How far into Korra has Brian got?
Brian is too busy watching Heartstopper season 2 for the fifth time to watch Korra. Apparently,
I am on the 5th one. I think I watched
Called
the
out.
first 3 episodes of Korra.
here's the thing with Korra. Korra is a lot different than Avatar. Like,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it's a lot different than Avatar. So it's like, yeah, it's in the same timeline in the same universe, but like you have to take your mind kind of out of Avatar. But
Yeah,
stick with it. Stick with Korra.
Yeah.
Stick with it. It gets really good.
I really
Well-
like how weird season 2 gets. Some people
Yeah.
don't, but I think if you
Korra
can,
gets dark.
yeah, if you can get into season 2, I think you'd really like it.
So, that was the show I was watching until everyone started their Rebels rewatch, and then I paused it and went straight to Rebels.
Okay, well
and
now you got to go back to.
I'm not done with it. I still have season 4.
Well,
Okay.
you were.
Oh, you haven't started
You
four?
made time to watch Heartstopper 4
I-
times.
That's crazy.
That's because it.
No.
needs- By the way, I went to go like oh, maybe I'll watch this Queer Eye. There are 7 seasons. I am not watching 7 seasons.
Brian! Oh my god, you need to watch Queer Eye.
Watch one, and then you'll
just not stop.
You won't stop. You won't want to stop. You'll be like, why are there only 7 seasons?
I highly, and there's a lot.
What you'll go? Why are there only 7 seasons? Why are there less and less episodes per season? Like you'll get upset about it.
So sad.
I know.
There's
it's so good.
episodes.
Like this season, I was like, there's 6. There was like 6 episodes. I'm like, this is stupid.
Whatever.
Although when I was watching Project Runway, it was the finale, and because it was a Bravo show, the OG Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was also on Bravo. So like in the front seats, it was like Carson Kressley and like Ted Allen. So like the OG like Queer Eye, and it was really funny seeing little baby Carson Kressley.
Oh,
I was like, oh, it's baby Carson.
Yeah, I think once we finish that Traders show, we might start watching the original Queer Eye because Alex showed some interest, and I was like, well, let's do it. It's going to be a little cringy, but
I still quote the original Queer Eye, like to this day.
So I've seen every episode of that one, but none of the new ones. It feels like slight betrayal. That's kind of probably why.
No, not at all.
It's new people.
Although the old ones
also.
And they do way more for these people.
and it's not just straight guys. It's not Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. It's just Queer Eye. And so they do like women, they do gay men, they do lesbians. Like it's a whole like encompassing.
There was a point in time when oh wait, that was a different show. Never mind. My friends tried to submit me for one of those like makeover-ish type. Because all I would wear are t-shirts and basketball shorts, which is still pretty much what I do right now. But I was terrified because I was like, the way I was, like, they would for sure have picked me. And I was like, not doing it.
Jill, if you got on the new Queer Eye, which member of the new cast would you be the most excited to hang out with and talk to? Because there's like,
oh, that's so hard.
There's like the hair, makeup, skincare guy. There's like the lifestyle.
I want to hang out with Anthony because he's hot.
See,
Anthony.
I have a real soft spot for Anthony, like because him and I freak out over corgis in the exact same way.
Oh,
like I adore Anthony. It's so probably either Anthony or Jonathan.
Yeah, mine's probably Jonathan.
Yeah,
we would just giggle into the sunset together, like off doing shenanigans.
just run along.
If I didn't find any of them attractive, then yeah, I would pick that one. What's his name again?
Jonathan Van Ness.
Yeah, but the other guy's too good looking. Where I'm like,
Anthony is very hot. Yeah,
you are the one I want to hang out with. See, Gio knows. Speaking of Gio. Has anyone seen Red, White, and Royal Blue? I know you two haven't. I have, and I loved it.
But he doesn't have time for Cora. Show. Yeah, doesn't have time for Cora, though.
No. I'm sorry. Move over June. The new Pride Month is August because
Long Beach just had their Pride Parade like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And I was like, wait, what month is this?
Yeah, August has been super gay and love it. Heartstopper and Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Brian, did you know that Cora has a lot of LGBTQ plus representation?
Okay, cool.
Oh, bitch, shut up. Cool. Okay, cool.
I will say, though, those of you going to watch that movie, it is a glorified Hallmark movie, and just don't go expecting an Oscar-winning freaking movie. It is a glorified Hallmark movie.
Well, with a name like Red, White, and Royal Blue, I didn't expect it to be like nominated for Best Original Screenplay.
Well, I mean, people went into it thinking it was even going to be like a really good movie.
Oh, no.
But it's literally your quintessential cheesy Hallmarky rom-com movie that Amazon Prime put out, but I loved it because if I read the book and it was one of my favorite books. In fact, I sent it to Abby and she read it and she loved it too. But yeah, it's a fun little easy watch, like just funny.
Is it a movie or a show?
Movie.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 2-hour movie, although us fans are fighting. Apparently there's a 3-hour cut of it because the biggest problem with the movie is the pacing of it. It's so like almost all over the place where it's just like we got to get to this part. We got to get to like, so where you're just like, whoa, like, and so once that people said that there's a 3-hour version, everyone went like, that makes sense because this thing feels like it's chopped up and smushed together.
I watched Across the Universe, Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I was like, Across the Universe. That's a movie I haven't heard about in a long ass time.
You wanted me to watch that, I think, didn't you?
Across the Universe.
Across the Universe, yeah, that one is really good. It's like a musical, but with Beatles songs. But I didn't end up going with Alex to the theater to see Across the Spider-Verse. So when we finally watched it, I was like, that was so long, and it's just a part one of like a 2-part.
Yeah.
Like I liked it, but it was like, I don't know, parts of it kind of lost me because it dragged on for almost 2.5 hours. But it was
I think
really
it goes
cute.
faster in the theater. There's so much
Probably
going on, a bigger screen. Because sometimes I feel I'm not coming for the first movie, but the first movie there are times where you're just like, okay, like, but I mean, for the most part,
I didn't feel that at all with the first movie.
Where you're sitting at home watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, oh no, that movie is
I think
one of the best animated movies.
One of the problems with Across for me was just that I forgot it was a to be continued at the end. So I was sitting there at like the 2-hour mark, like,
you're like, when is this wrapping up?
How are we gonna wrap this?
I was like, the villain hasn't even been in a scene in a long time. I was like, okay. And then I remembered, I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
That character that I'll tell you after because I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I kept trying to like, I didn't try to pause, but I wanted to keep pausing and looking at all the different spider people because there's just like a ton of them in that movie.
Peggy, you're so right. Like if you like a crappy Lindsay Lohan Christmas
I did
movie,
like that.
Okay, then you're gonna like Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's basically on like that type of level, like one of those cheesy Christmas movies. It's like that.
I mean, I liked the Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie as like I knew it was going to be like a cheesy Hallmark movie, but anytime Lindsay Lohan is like, I'm doing something new, I'm like, yes, give it to me now.
Yeah,
inject it into my veins.
Yeah, it's a fun, cheesy. There are some parts in it though that I clutched my pearls and gasped a few times. There's some parts
Full
in
frontal?
there.
Just kidding.
No.
Boo!
But,
boo!
Ooh, we need to talk about Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
And the full frontal in that game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All I know is Sean. I remember Sean tweeting, tweeting an update, and it was like penis size changed, and like something. I was
it's
like,
part of the character creation.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can like pick
wow.
different ones. I was like, oh, this is fun.
This is fun. I had to see what the Dragonborn one looked like. You know,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, well, you gotta.
But then I was like, I'm kind of upset that there's not a Kindle option.
Oh, just like
Just
non-existent. Just smooth.
That would be funny. I know. I just saw Ryan Gosling, I guess, said that his dream was to play a role where people would dress up as his character for Halloween, and that he cannot wait for Halloween this year because like his dream's gonna come true of seeing
yeah.
all the different.
That's gonna
versions
be
of
it's the new Harley Quinn of the season.
There's always
Barbie.
one costume that everyone is, and
It's Barbie
for
this year.
sure
Oh, it's
Barbie
gonna be
this year.
all over Dragon Con. There will be a bajillion different
Barbies.
forms of Barbie because they did that with Loki.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
2 years ago or whenever that was, and there were a billion different variants, and so I can't wait to see some of the Barbie stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I didn't even think about Dragon Con. That'll be fun.
I didn't either.
That'll be
There's
good.
so much cosplay.
Oh yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
so
know.
good.
I don't know if I went. Hopefully next year.
We're not going next year.
Wedding stuff.
Too close to the wedding.
That's fair.
Make it work.
You want to pay for my
You
trip?
just have to go extra hard this year.
That's why we're there for 9 days. Does that count?
I don't know what I would cosplay as.
It's fun because like there are professional cosplayers there, and then there are people like down here with like store-bought costumes and just have one little thing that makes it kind of a cosplay, and it's like everybody in between.
How many different outfit days do you dress up?
I mean, I will wear something different for every day. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
one day you're Job of the Slut. Then what's the other? Don't you and Alex do like a onesie? Not a onesie.
It's a romper.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, we have
a
big romper group. That one's just kind of like a
romper.
casual one that we'll put on if we don't want to put anything else on. But I've got Poison Ivy, Max from Stranger Things I'm doing with Chase.
Yeah.
I've got a Spider-Gwen, which is basically a onesie. It's super easy. And then Jabba and Wizards.
Okay, so you go 5. I don't know what I would do. Well, because I mean, one day would be reserved for being one of your slaves automatically, right? And then
that's only at night though. Like they usually have to get a few drinks in them before they're willing to put that on.
that would be. I'm with Sean on that one, where I'm like, I don't know if I have the guts to do it.
You get to a point where you'll feel left out if you don't. So it's always good to have an option.
I would want to be a Jabba.
Yeah, mine's comfortable. It's just like a green tracksuit, but it's always too hot to wear the jacket, so it's just green sweatpants and a green.
I need to figure out my bib because I do have a black and white track jacket and black and white track pants. I just got to get my trucker hat. That's it.
Yeah.
You guys should be drag queens one time.
Well, drag queens.
Drag kings.
No,
I'll be Landon Cider. I'll be Landon Cider.
No, don't be a drag queen. Just be a full king. Be a full drag queen.
Gio, I've always wanted to do Shigo. Shigo has always been on my list. Kim, I did for my senior year Halloween.
Is Shigo the bad guy?
Shigo is the girl in green, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The hot one.
Mm-hmm. I would want to do Thrawn, but I feel like that would just be like too much.
That would be hard. I've seen some really good Thrawns, but like the face makeup is a lot. Plus,
exactly,
with it being like 100 degrees here, the minute you went outside, it would just be like. Pfft.
We found out next Wednesday it's going to be 118.
We had a heat advisory here today, and it's like probably going to happen again next week. I'm hoping and praying that it does not get this hot for Dragon Con, because it will be awful if it does.
God. I don't know what I would want to do.
I mean, you could do one of the Spider-Mans.
Yeah, but everyone, Peter B. Parker's so like, it's almost too easy. That's like a cop out.
Yeah. Alex said he might bring his Peter B. Parker, just since I'm doing Spider-Gwen and Chase is doing the cowboy one. The
Oh,
Western.
Noir. The
Not
black
Noir, the one from the new movie where he's like a Western guy with a cowboy hat and poncho.
I'll see. I know Sean did a Peter B. Parker when I did my Spider-Gwen. I wonder if he
Yeah,
still
you
has
said
it.
didn't you say you guys did it for a Halloween?
Sean and I?
Yeah.
No, we did it for a convention one year.
The spider taxi.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even remember that spider. I looked it up.
I need to figure out what other cosplay I want to bring. That's not gonna like.
I would do the T-Rex Spider-Man and just wear one of those giant little costumes.
Oh, I bet there's gonna be a bunch of them there. There's always a bunch of T-Rexes.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
and
like a thing.
they're like different versions of the T-Rexes.
I would love to just do that. I also would love to be a blow-up. What's the game called? Among Us character. Just run
Oh.
around, like being sneaky and crap. I think that'd be fun. Just causing mayhem as
You
a
could have a little Bluetooth speaker to play the sounds from the game.
yeah, boop, boop, boop. Like that whole thing. Just have like a little thing
You
going.
could just like sneak around corners. That'd be fun.
I to this day regret many moons ago I wanted to be Jabba the Hutt, and they had like the blow up Jabba the Hutt costume.
I've seen those at
like-
Dragon Con.
Yeah, they're like it was like $60 around the time that I wanted to wear it. I was like, that's so expensive. And blah, blah. Now they're like 120 plus, and I'm like, fuck, I should have gotten it when I had the chance. And because I just want to run around going, oh. That's it. Just literally go around doing that. In fact, that's my ringtone for when I text Jake. It just goes, oh.
Han Mibuki.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, Kevin. I would just be the sus among us running around, just doing whatever. Just have like a fake plastic knife at all time, like pinned to my back or something. That would be so fun. I would love it. I don't know.
Plus, you could wear little hats
Little hat.
if you wanted.
Oh,
Yeah, little hat.
teeny tiny little hat.
It's a little hat.
Little party hat.
It's a little hat.
That would be so fun. I don't know. Joe, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get to Atlanta?
Honest answer or like fun answer?
I don't know, both.
First, we're gonna get our rental car as soon as we land in Atlanta.
Nice.
Check into our Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what the plans are for Saturday, so I honestly
I
don't
think
know.
We're gonna
the
get
thing that-
dinner, and then we're gonna go to Dad's garage, I think.
Sweet. There we go. We're getting dinner and go to
and then we're gonna go to church.
and then we're going to church.
Mm-hmm.
To pray the demons away.
To drink the demons away.
It's funny that I literally just saw a TikTok the other day of this mid 27-year-old girl getting dragged by her like super like religious family, and they dragged her to church or whatever, and she went they were all like in line doing the holy water, and she tapped her hand in it, and immediately she started just going like super loud in the church and pretending she was burning, and like the
God.
family's like, stop.
Panicking.
Oh,
That was so good. Wait, that's actually not. I would totally be down to cosplay as Alan. Like have a bunch of Kens and Barbies around and just be the one Alan. I would be 100% down for that. Or Midge, just to be funny. Like that would be funny. Oh, okay. Here, Peggy. Oh, we got questions flying in. Okay, Peggy said, "Here's my Ask Me Anything question. Have any of y'all watched Daisy Jones and the Six? I loved it, but don't hear many people talking about the show."
No.
So that was another
Mhm.
book, like I guess book talk type thing where it caught fire and they made it into a TV show, right?
Oh.
Peggy? I'm pretty sure it's a TV show.
Isn't it about like a rock band or something?
It's like a specific like musician. Like I think they're both musicians. One's a band, and then her, and then they have to like do stuff together or something for shows. And I don't know what the hell it is, but I know it was a big book talk book for a while.
Oh, I'd never heard of it. I'd seen promo images, I think, on Amazon of it because I remember seeing like the 70s vibes.
I believe one of the main guy character is Finnick from Hunger Games.
He's hot.
Yeah, I believe that's him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, movies and blah blah blah. They're definitely catching like the book talk crazes. That was one of them. Red, White, and Royal Blue is one of them. Netflix got the book I've been trying to get you guys to read for 7 months. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There's a bunch of other ones that they're doing. Book talk's fun if you like to read.
I don't like to read.
I know.
I wish I did.
You don't like to read, and you meal prep now, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's too cool.
Yeah.
I only meal prep chicken. That's all I do is just.
But see, that doesn't
cooked
count.
chicken.
Like that's fine. I'm
Oh.
talking if you start doing like the little Tupperware containers where it's peas and then chicken and then something else that's super boring.
Because we work from home, like I have no excuse not to cook my meals like fresh. If I were busier and like had to go to an office, I might meal prep, but I can take the time and like make a meal.
Yeah, see? Okay, you're fine. I give you an excuse. Yes. I'm fine with you making just chicken. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
It's literally just like
the second you start putting them into Tupperware and putting like peas or like sides and stuff, then we have a problem.
All right. Well, I'll make sure not to do that. But it's just chicken so that I can have them in my salads.
Oh, okay. So these are the 2 main actors in it. Thanks, Jake. Sam Claflin, and Riley Keough, Elvis's granddaughter.
Oh, cool.
I believe she is Daisy Jones. And then maybe he's the 6th. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason I look like this. Clearly, it's not because of me meal prepping. And then Jared.
Wait, what if I meal prepped
what?
Like Skittles in one compartment and a Reese's cup in the other?
Goldfish.
Yeah, Dino Nuggets.
Whenever.
For the protein.
Oh yeah, what am I doing with chicken? I could just get Dino Nuggets.
Just get Dino Nuggets. At least make it fun.
Jill, I don't think you've shown the masses your most recent purchase.
They're all the way. No, I did last show.
Not on the main show. I think you did it at a
Oh.
Patreon.
I gotta go in my room.
No, you don't have to. I was just.
They're all the way in my room. They're so far away.
That's fine. Do you want?
Sean got me Dino Nugget pillows.
They're
Dino
so cute.
Nugget pillows, people.
And they're like exactly the right color too.
And they're all like disproportionately shaped, so they look like Dino Nuggets, and that makes it even better.
Jared, with your super chat, thank you, Jared. With more and more artists of all kinds being shown to be awful people, what's the crew's thoughts on the idea of separating the art from the artiste? Oof, that's hard.
I think it's hard in some situations where it's kind of like, example, where it's like a movie and there are other artists involved in said movie. It's a little hard to like completely, boycott a singular movie because of the wrongdoings of a singular person.
Mm-hmm.
Like example, I mean, this might be a bad example just because it's my favorite, but Zachary Levi is kind of being a piece of trash right now. But like, I love me some Tangled. And if Tangled had come out today, I would probably watch it because there's still Mandy Moore in there. There's still other talented people that were a part of it, even though he's being a piece of shit.
I agree. I'm in that battle with Rob Schneider. and all of my shitty.
Yeah, Rob Schneider's being a piece of shit too.
Yeah, he's gone off the deep end.
He's gone off that down with wokeism deep end.
Yeah, cute on all that crazy
Yeah.
Ugh. Not
Him and
QAnon.
James Woods.
Yeah, he jumped the crazy train.
Mhm.
Woody Harrelson seems to be about to board that train also too.
No.
Yeah, he's a Trumper.
Is he really?
No, he's not a Trumper. He's a Robert Kennedy-er.
Oh, I thought he
Oh,
was wearing a Trump hat.
Well,
I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
Robert
he's
Kennedy's
boarding
also nuts.
the crazy train. It's hard. I mean, here's a perfect example, and I'll be completely honest. I love Harry Potter. There will always be a part of me. That was my childhood.
Yep.
So, like, do I agree with the absolute garbage, trash crap that comes out of her mouth? Absolutely not.
No.
Would I hope she just disappeared into the ether? Yeah. I don't need her around anymore. I got my 7 books. I don't need you. Okay? But I'm still going to always love Harry Potter. Sorry, I'm not going to apologize for something that I grew up with and was a large part of my childhood and brings me back happy, joyful memories of times in my life that I can literally think of things that brought me joy. So I'm not going to apologize for liking Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, it's especially hard when you grew up liking something,
Yeah.
and those formidable years that literally shaped you, things like Harry Potter, and for me, Buffy. Like when Joss Whedon was outed as
Yeah.
being a huge jerk, like and a womanizer, I was like, that really sucks. I'm still gonna love Buffy and rewatch it every chance I get. Like I grew up watching that show. It's my favorite show, and it just sucks. But
Mhm.
again, there were like tons of other writers on Buffy too that are not jerks. So
You know who is speaking of my Project Runway first watch of the entire series? Do you know who? Someone who has long since been canceled and is currently rotting away in prison right now. Do you know who was a producer on that show and is sitting in the front row of the final Runway show? And I'm surprised they didn't blur him out.
no.
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Sean was like, oh, did you see who the producer of this show is? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, it's Harvey Weinstein. I'm like, oh, shit. And then we were watching the final Runway, and there he was just in the front row. We're like, oh, God. Like, we were stunned. We were like, don't look.
I still can't get over what you said about what Sean said. That I was rolling laughing.
Oh, I don't know if I could say that on air because it's so terrible.
Yeah, I was literally on the floor laughing my ass off. It was because I could literally see it. I can see it. I can hear it. I can picture it. Everything. It was like I was there as you were telling me, and I was dying laughing.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't know if I could say just because it's very mean, but in the most Sean way possible.
He probably would not want you to say it.
No, I'm not going to.
It was just very Sean. We'll say that. Like it was perfect. But yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm sorry. For certain things, I'm not. I'm never gonna be like, well, maybe she's a good person.
No, she's trash.
She's not. She's a horrible human being. But I'm gonna enjoy Harry Potter still because that's my childhood memory.
I mean, we're starting to learn now that people like Bob Iger are not great people.
Oh my God, when Bob Iger decided to extend his contract, I messaged you guys and I said, stay as long as you want, Bob. I'm so happy you're here because anyone was better than goddamn Chapek.
Yeah.
And then literally 2 days later, he said the bullshit about the strike. And I went, God damn it, Bob.
Oh my God. Please tell me you guys look. So, last week we did the like people who are trash, whatever. Did you guys see like a couple days later, Stephen Amell like with his sign like this?
Striking because he totally got guilted into being there. Yeah, wearing this shirt, wearing his like the SAG shirt and everything, as if that completely wasn't like
I was laughing.
Media fodder. Like he was totally there just for the photographs. Like,
it was like, please don't be mad at me. Don't cancel my wrestling.
He's already been
show.
Canceled.
No, I meant because his wrestling show was coming out or had just came out for season 2, and so.
Oh, I'm thinking of Army Hammer.
Ooh.
He eats people. I don't think that's coming back.
That documentary, I was just like, I was so shocked by that. It's really interesting. He is a freak.
Oh, I believe it.
And like not in a good way.
Not
crazy. Did we? I didn't. And I don't think you did. Did you ever watch that one, the How to Become a Serial Killer or whatever one you told us about?
Oh, the cult one.
I started that, and it's
how to start a cult. I think it's called.
Yeah, it's pretty surface level. Like a lot of that stuff I've already watched full documentaries on.
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I want to even entertain the idea of watching it was because Trixie and Katya did a
thing about
it.
I would just watch that without even watching the show.
Yeah.
Oh, Molly, since you finished Heartstopper season 2, you have to watch the episode of. Did you watch it already?
Did they do one?
They did one for season
2. I know what I'm doing after this.
Trixie drags them so many times. I've watched it twice, and it was that good.
I can't wait.
It's so funny. Okay, Scotty, thank you for your super chat.
Thanks, Scotty.
Wait, who is that in your picture? Such a generic Sith? I don't know. I'm trying to see. Sorry. Says, times like these, I'm grateful for people like Mark Hamill, who was a hero to me growing up and still is still awesome today. Any other celebs you looked up to when you were young that still seem that great? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I would have said, oh, yeah, that's such a good one.
Wait, who'd you say?
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Oh, yeah.
I love when he drags people. He's just so good at it. He just drags them for filth. I was going to say Carrie Fisher, just because she just never gave a flying you-know-what.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford, too. Basically, the big three. Like, they never changed and never apologized for it, ever.
I mean, Tom Hanks, maybe? I don't know that I really, looked up to him growing up, but he's
I'm
always
there wasn't really, a celebrity that I, looked up to, really, growing up.
Tom Hanks just seems like he's always been a pretty cool dude.
I'm trying to think. That's a good question. I can only think of Bill Nye the Science Guy now because that was such a good
know.
Steve Irwin would be up there too if he was.
100%.
Steve Irwin, Robin Williams.
Ooh, Danielle Fisher. Is that her name?
Oh, from
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. She went to my college.
I've listened to Topanga. I've listened to a couple episodes of Pod Meets World, which is their Boy Meets World podcast, and it's really funny. It's her and the guy who plays Sean and Will Freddy, I think is the brother's name. Yeah. And they just have they still to this day have the best chemistry. I could listen to them talk forever.
I like the Weird Al answer in the chat too. Keanu Reeves.
Ooh, Jackie Chan's a good one.
He's actually a piece of trash.
Oh yeah, you haven't heard the latest on Jackie Chan?
I have not.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in anything.
Disowned his daughter because she's a lesbian.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, and he talks shit on her and everything.
The more you know.
The more you know.
He's a horrible piece of trash, which sucks because I love the Rush Hour movies. And when there was a little bit of rumor of a fourth one, I got very excited. But now, definitely not going to support that. I don't know. I can't think of anyone else. I was gonna say Tim Allen because I like Buzz Lightyear, but he's a piece
Oh
of
no,
trash.
Tim Allen's a piece of trash.
No, I know. That's why yeah.
I saw him doing stand-up, and he literally spent the entire time talking about how much he hates working for Disney and doing anything with children. And then 2 years later, he was doing the Santa Claus television series, and I went, "You're a fucking sellout, dude."
Yeah.
Like, he's a
Ooh, this one and Ian McKellen.
Yes.
oh, they're so cute. They're like
They're like your
Bergen
cute
Eye.
gay uncles.
yes.
Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke.
Those are good ones. Julie Andrews is great. She's hilarious.
Anyone seen The Last Voyage of Demeter?
Isn't that like Dracula on water?
It's
like
so it's like the
Dracula on
first chapter or first part of the Dracula story where it's like the boat that he comes in on, and I really, really want to see it.
I've heard it's garbage.
Wait,
I've heard it's pretty good.
Oh,
well,
really?
Depends
I heard it's
on your
garbage.
taste, I guess. But
I thought Dracula lived in a castle.
Well, how does he get to the castle? He takes a boat.
He was born there.
he's like in a thing of dirt from like his home city of Transylvania. He's in a box of dirt.
A box. I'm in a box of dirt.
Huh. I literally know nothing about Dracula then. 'Cause I thought he was
Apparently
like
not.
a lord. I thought he was like a lord of a castle.
I mean, at some point he is, but I don't know the exact lore of the original story. But that is, I think, what this movie is based off of, the very beginning of it.
I don't know. I thought it was a story about Greek mythology until like 5 days ago when it was like the next best Dracula movie. And I'm like, what? There wasn't vampires in Greek mythology. I mean, there probably was some type of it, but anyways. Let's see. Anything else you want to talk about? Any other fun shenanigans? What are we doing? I can already tell my internet's starting to get poopy, isn't it? It's doing the little thingy. I know.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know. It's just likes to be poopy. Jill, when you're leaving for Atlanta when?
Next
Soon,
week.
right?
Next Saturday.
God help the city of Atlanta.
It's a sight Labor Day weekend. There's like a ton of stuff going on downtown that weekend. But they better move out the way because Jill's here.
Honestly, the thing I'm just most jealous about is the food. I want to eat all the food.
Yeah, your internet's crapping out, Brian.
Can you even hear me?
I can hear you.
You're just kind of like...
That's fine. As long as you can hear me, I really don't care. I'm not even moving. I think that's the thing I'll be the most jealous about, other than you potentially meeting Pippin, is food.
Hanging out
and
with us.
Hilo.
And Hilo. Hilo's adorable. Pippin has no though.
Real quick before we do eventually sign off, Andy, we do have confirmation of the 3 Adam Sandler movies we are doing for trivia.
Oh.
Correct? These are for trivia?
Yes, I believe so. If you guys, Jake said, if you guys want to announce the 3 Adam Sandler movies that won, it is, drumroll please, Billy Madison, Big Daddy, oh, that was a good one, and Happy Gilmore.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
Those are the big 3, I think.
Honestly, screw all of you for not picking Little Nicky. It is so underrated.
Oh, Little Nicky, I can't stand
I have never seen it and will never see it.
I can't stand
No, you haven't seen the boob head guy. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Oh, I've seen still images from it. But yeah.
Hi, Chase!
Hi, Chase. That's still the greatest.
Also, we got 2 more. I'm going to pull this up. Kevin just gave us a little super chat.
Kevin, if you have
Hi,
something,
Kevin.
say it.
Kevin, if you have something, say it. If not, thank you just for your little super chat. And then Jared, your D&D class and race. Are we talking like Baldur's Gate, or are we talking like if we're actually playing D&D? But for Baldur's Gate, I made a elf sorceress.
I made the one that I spent the most time on was a half-orc barbarian.
Ooh.
But I also had a tiefling wizard, I think. Some kind of magic user.
My last actual campaign, I was a tiefling ranger.
I like the look of the tieflings.
Me too. And Brian's never played.
I was a dragon person.
A dragonborn?
What's the class again?
Were you a paladin?
What they do?
It's like, are you a magic
paladin,
user,
ranger,
Oh, I was a healing
barbarian.
person.
So I think you were a paladin.
No, I think it was a cleric.
Oh, cleric makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
They can heal.
I was a healing dragon, so I could just fly around and be like, you're healed.
Jared knows the stereotypes of tieflings. He's not.
They're the
bisexuals. They're the bisexuals of the D&D world.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you are a bisexual playing D&D, you have a tiefling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your character has been a tiefling at some point.
What are the gays? The elf people?
They can be, yeah.
Depends.
Am I like, as a dragon, am I like super mask? Like butch? Like, yeah, I'm a dragon.
It's pretty dragony.
I don't get a fun, like, stereotype.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know
the
much
tieflings.
about the dragonborns.
Fine then. You would pick the one that suits you the most dead on. That's good. Yeah, you can watch Sean play. What is it called?
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Alex is playing it right now. I think he heard me talking about it and was like, "Oh yeah, I should get back to that."
Yeah, but he's not streaming it.
Sean was playing with the group the other day, and then he was going to sign off, and then Alex signed on. He's like, "Well, I can't leave now. Alex is actually here," so he played a little bit longer.
The bromance is so real between all of them. It's
all of them.
Yeah. I keep telling them they need to find a new game and besides that, what's it called? PUBG to play.
I told they need to play that cat game, the little cat game.
Yeah,
where you create little bridges and you gotta make it to the end of the thing. You see them just going.
All I know is that when maybe we'll start in September. I'm gonna play the Spooks games.
September.
I'm actually genuinely scared. Scared, excited to do those, and especially coming hot off playing Jedi Survivor. But yeah, shall we end it there, friends?
Sounds good.
I'm hungry mostly,
and
you guys can't see me anyways. Apparently,
you're a little better now.
Doing the robot over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna make myself some Trader Joe's orange chicken.
Yum.
Mm-hmm. Meal prepping. But shit, don't give me that look. Where can the good folks find you? We haven't done this in a while, so why not?
It's all down there. Jilly Marie, Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Threads, whatever the frick they're all called now. On everything, I have the same username. Click the links below.
Yeah, I forgot that all the links are there, so that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it. There's things below
check
us.
out our links.
Oh, and the Patreon.
And
you can check out the Patreon. We're currently figuring out what concoction of something I'm going to try this month. Maybe food, maybe not. I don't know. And then we have trivia, which is now those three movies of Billy Madison and what were the other ones? Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy. And then no happy hour this month because they're going to be partying for like the next 2 weeks straight.
We're gonna be happy houring for like 4 days straight.
Yeah.
2 weeks. But yeah, I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
No? Alrighty then, friends.
Oh, now
Thank
he's
you all.
dying. All right, then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Kevin's sent another super chat in that support.
Okay.
I support Brian on Little Nicky.
Sorry, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just hilarious, Molly. I think it's right up. It's a pretty dark humor, so I feel like you would like it. But yeah, thank you for joining us. We will catch you soon. Until next time, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.